Hey, Facebook. How's your day going? Here it's a bit rainy. We got a little storm passing. It's kind of been passing over the last couple of days, and gonna get the dog out and walk him. But I want to ask. This is just spontaneous live Q&A. Just ask me a question. It doesn't even have to be fitness or health related. Now I don't have all the answers, so you know that I'm not a know-it-all. I've lived for 48 years. Well, I'm on my 48th year. But if you come on here, if you catch me live, even if you catch on the replay, just ask me a question. I'll do my best to answer. So one of the things that I've realized about Facebook, it's social, right? This is supposed to be social, not just to post something and then hide behind what you post. So I'm here, I'm out in the open. If you come on live, I know it's in the afternoon. It's supposed to rain probably later. That's why I'm getting it out. It's kind of quiet. I'm in a little park here. It's kind of a nice park. Check this out. I might ask you a question until I get, but if you come on, feel free to ask me any question. In a nice little neighborhood park, it's kind of close by. It's a bit humid. I don't really even need this hoodie on. It's probably 70 degrees. Goodness, it's kind of one of those Florida days. Anyway, so as we're going through this park and I'm taking a walk, I got Owen here with me. Have you ever met Owen before? Come here. That's Owen. He's my handful. He's a rescue, Ridgeback Pit Mix rescue, and going over a nice little bridge here. Pretty cool. So when you come on, if you jump on here, don't be shy. Ask me a question. I'll stay on live for a little bit. It could be fitness related. Typically get fitness related questions, weight loss related questions. I have answers for those. I think sometimes too, when it comes to questions, like you want the answer, but you kind of don't. I know I ask questions and sometimes I get the answers and then I don't take the advice of the answers that I get for the questions. Oh, there's some turtles. Hey, we'll check out some cool turtles here while we're visiting this little park. I know there's an area where there's turtles. You may have seen that a while back. I came on here as a neat little bridge. If you live locally, you probably know where this park is. Here in Jacksonville. Nice place. Nice and quiet. It's calm. It's kind of right inside of a neighborhood, so to speak. Let's just see if there's any turtles out and about. Oh, there are. Yep, there's some turtles. Oh, my phone doesn't drop. See that turtle over there? See if we got any turtles over here. They usually come around when they see people coming. Let's see, is that a turtle? No, I don't see one. Anyway, what do you have for questions? So I got a question for you. I got a question for you. If you ask a question, let's just say for weight loss. Let's just say maybe you've come on and asked me a question, or maybe you got an answer. You got the advice that you're maybe looking for. Maybe it was like how to lose weight in the holidays. Maybe it's how best to do cardio. Should I do long cardio, short cardio, high intensity cardio? Should I do any cardio? Should I do resistance training, strength training? These are the questions I get. Should I eat after 7, before 7? Should I eat 3 meals a day? 1 meal a day? Should I intermittent fast? Should I do another diet, keto? Should I stay away from carbs? Should I stay away from the booze? Should I do this? Should I do that, right? And lots of questions, right? And you have decisions to make. So you have a lot of decisions to make in your day when it comes to the choices, right? That you have. You have a choice. I mentioned it before. So sometimes I think we know what to do, you know how you need to do it, but you just fail to do it. For instance, it's, for the most part, you probably know what you need to do to get the weight off, right? You probably know that you need to eat right. You probably know that you need to eat healthier than you're doing. You probably know that you probably need to be a little more active than you currently are. Chances are, you know that you can have a gym membership, but if you don't use that gym membership, then you're not going to get in better shape. If you have all the workouts off of YouTube, you have all the equipment at home, yet you fail to work out, chances are you're not going to get any stronger and in any better shape. Chances are if you eat healthy, you eat a salad, maybe you fast, maybe you do your overnight oats, but then you have a bottle of wine at night, chances are your results are going to be limited, if at all, balances out. Maybe it doesn't balance out and it goes for the worst. So my question to you is, when you get questions, answers to the questions that you have, what do you do with those answers? Because really, at the end of the day, there's no sense in getting answers to questions if you're not going to do anything, right? It takes taking action. That's what it requires. And you hear me come on here live. I know that the world is screaming for your attention right now. And I know this may not be the time of day, 3, 4 o'clock. Maybe you catch this later and you're like coming on here. And maybe you have a question. You're like, oh, I wish I came on live and I got that. Well, you can ask me. But before you ask me a question, do you really want the answer? And if you really want the answer, if I say give you the answer, if somebody else gives you the answer, are you going to take action based on the question you had? So it's like, hey, okay, Mark, holidays are coming. How do I get around putting on that holiday weight? Well, do you really want the answer? As a coach, you see, I think I have a struggle sometimes with people because unfortunately I have to tell them what they need to do, not necessarily what they want to hear. And that's tough. It can be a tough challenge. And then it's a matter of hearing what you know you need to be doing, yet you fail to do it. And then it comes down to, okay, well, as a coach, I say, well, did you do what I told you to do? It's kind of like with our kids. You have teenagers and you say, you know what, or kids are younger and you tell them, hey, brush your teeth when you get up in the morning. Do your homework. If you don't do your homework, chances are you're going to probably not do so well in school. If you don't study for that test, chances are you're not going to do well in that test. If you don't listen to what the teacher tells you, chances are you're not going to do too well. This is pretty neat. This is like a new walkway. I think they changed this around. It's pretty cool. Let me show you. But if you're coming on here, if you got a question, drop it down in the comments. Feel free. If you're catching this now on the replay, you can ask me a question. You want to send a private one, be like, no, Mark, I have a different question. It's a little bit more private about my health and I don't really want to make it public. Fine. Reach out, send me a message. We may even have chatted before. Chances are, if you're following me, we may have had a little chat, a little message, Facebook message. I'm real friendly. I don't bite. Facebook's supposed to be social, not just to, post our comments about election processes and all of that kind of stuff, or at least that's what I think it's supposed to be used for, right? Facebook, show your face on this book, so to speak. So if you have a question, feel free. Like I said, I'm going to find, there's a bench coming up here. I'm going to sit down. And if there's no questions, maybe it's because everybody's doing their work. They're at their job. They're busy. Like Mark, we don't all have jobs like you where you can just walk the dog in the middle of the afternoon. Man, I'm busting my butt. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. So by this time, for the most part, most of my work is done. But I am excited tonight, Wednesday night. I get to be in front of my inner circle family, my students. We do a weekly training every single week. Tonight, we're going to be talking about getting through the holidays and really knowing how to win through the holidays, not just survive. My clients aren't just looking to survive. They're looking to thrive through the holidays. They're trying to lose weight. They want to keep losing weight through the holidays. They don't want to just maintain through the holidays. And even some, if they do end up maintaining, then that's still a win compared to what they've done in the past. But my job as a coach and as a mentor is to help improve, to help have people make steps to progress, to get better and improve. That's what I want to do. The way I see it in life is, if I'm trying to improve my health and my life and do what I can, why not take as many people as I can with me? And now I have 25 years of education experience. I've invested in thousands and thousands of dollars into my own education. I've owned a gym. I've invested in time with people, practical experiences working with people. Again, it's not to like to build me up or anything. It's just to share with you that it's my life's work. And I'm very excited that I haven't owned a gym in 5 or 6 years, especially, I feel bad for those gym owners that have struggled, to keep their doors open during this time. And I know it's even hard when you're able to, with just the amount of competition that there is out there. So people are screaming for your attention. I'm not really screaming for your attention, but if you want encouraging messages and motivational and inspirational and good legit advice on health and fitness, like I said, right now, a little spontaneous Q&A. Carly, if you got a question, feel free to hit me up there. I know we connect as well. I think I've answered some of your questions in the past. This is a beautiful place. Let me just show you. Like I said, it's a bit steamy though right now. Gosh, it's weird. It's November. those of you that don't live in the tropics or see palm trees, we got palm trees and oak trees, pine trees. I don't know what this is, a maple maybe? I don't know. We got cedar. That looks like a big cedar tree over there. All right, cool. We got a question. I need arm, upper body suggestions for thin skin hands. I know you said you'd cover it Saturday. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm not quite sure what you mean for thin skin hands. Like as far as, do you get like calloused easy? Do you need, let me turn this around. Do you wear gloves when you work out? As far as arm and upper body suggestions, gosh, there's a billion of them for that. As far as thin skin hands, I'm not quite sure what that question is. We can go over. You can send me a more private message, but as far as upper body exercises, goodness, I'm all about now. And honestly, I have been for a while, especially the season of people, for the most part, that are watching, 40s, 50s, maybe some older. Let me walk a little bit because it's just too, like, the air is really, really stale right now. But as far as that question goes, yeah, what I really, truly believe is you need resistance, you need weight bearing. Weight bearing is great for the joints, especially for women, females, as well as males. Not just for strength, but for keeping your bones nice and strong. Push-ups are amazing. They've been around for a long time, and there's a reason for that. Planks are great, upper body-wise. Anything tricep-wise, you can do push-ups 1,000 different ways. You can get them to work the shoulders. You can get them to work the triceps. You can get them to work the chest. It's really great upper body exercise. Anything plank-wise, side plank, helps to develop the shoulders. As far as arms and upper arms, that's right there, right? Triceps. As far as like biceps go, it's kind of hard to hit the biceps by itself with, say, like a push-up. But of course, free weights are good. Like, again, this is a really open question, I think. And, callus, yes. Gloves, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's at the end of the day. I have calluses on my hands from the deadlifts, you can see there. And I think it's from wearing the ring as well. That ring's been on my hand for 18 years. Awesome. And it's funny because it's all banged up from kettlebells and weights and all that stuff. And but yeah, callus, I mean, that's good. Build the calluses up as far as that goes. But upper arms, I love, another thing I love, I haven't used them in a while. I love using body weight, but I love, like, the TRX machine is really good. I say TRX machine. The TRX, if you have one of those at home, those are great. You can take those anywhere. You can bring them to a gym. Typically, most gyms won't have those per se, but if you have access, they're about $150. You can buy one, you can take them, you can hang them up to a tree. Literally, you can literally come to a park like this and hang your TRX from a nice, solid, sturdy limb like this. And you could do all pulling, pushing. You can do a whole full-blown workout. In fact, that was one of the pieces of equipment we had back in the gym when we owned a gym. We had TRX, we had battling ropes, we had kettlebells. It was a fun time. Atlantic Beach Performance was the name of it. If you lived local, you may have heard of it. Maybe you haven't. It hasn't been open for we sold it, and then the people that bought it from us didn't really pursue building it the way they really intended to, and then they ended up selling it. And I think actually now the space is for cars. There's like antique cars in there, like luxury antique cars. So with that, if you have no questions, let's see what else. Anybody else have any? Girls are supposed to have soft, lovely hands, Mark. Yeah, then I would just say, I don't know if they're supposed to. My wife's a nurse practitioner. She wears gloves all the time, so her hands are always jacked up just from having to put the gloves on. And she's done that for years and years and years. So I would say is definitely just workout gloves. I mean, that's an easy fix, is to put on some workout gloves. And any other questions? Like I said, you got any questions, reach out. Ask me now. Abby, you got any questions? Feel free to ask. This is a live Q&A, just spontaneous. I figured if I'm going to be out here and open and sharing with you, you could be watching news and letting that get you down, or you can be encouraged. You can get some useful information. I mentioned earlier, if you're catching this later and you're coming on live, go back and watch the beginning. Sometimes we want answers. I find sometimes that I give really good answers to questions, especially when it comes to weight loss and fitness. And then people don't take my advice. They answer a question, or they want They want some advice on what to do or how to do it or what to eat and how much to eat. And then guess what? They don't take my advice. Well, I can't do anything for you. It's like, you know, the knowledge is only as good as it is that you're going to apply that knowledge to put to good use. That's where wisdom comes in. This is really the difference between knowledge and wisdom. It's kind of like the difference between a coach and a mentor. See, now a coach, you could just have a coach that just understands, say, the game or understands fitness. But there's a difference between a coach and a mentor who actually has been through it, has worked through it. Like, I've had my own fitness struggles. I've had my own weight gain, weight loss, weight challenges and struggles. I haven't had too many injuries, but I've worked with plenty of people in my days of physical therapy, people with injuries. I've been in the trenches. Like, a mentor has not just the answers, but has actually seen it, has proof. People with weight loss have helped people lose everything from 1 pound to over 300 pounds. I have over 24 people that were over 100 pounds overweight. I've had 10 of them in my gym who actually at one point, they had those gastric sleeves, so bypass. I talk to people all the time who are needing to lose 100 pounds, and it always comes up in conversation is like, that's an option, is to go have that bypass surgery, go have that gastric sleeve. And I can tell you that you're looking for a world of hurt. Now, can it be helpful to get the weight off and off your joints? Absolutely. That's one option. But my wife, being a GI specialist, and she's a nurse practitioner in GI medicine, she can tell you, she's told me a number of times, the horror stories that she's heard from people that have those surgeries. Now, I get it. There's, you know, like I believe in medicine. I believe in surgery. I believe, you know, in orthopedics. I believe that medical is very necessary. Medicine is very necessary. But I think sometimes that we tend to just go right towards that versus, again, trying to find like a real solution. Now, that's maybe a fix, because I've had people that I've worked with over 100 pounds overweight. Kind of crazy to think that they actually had the sleeves and then they put the weight back on, and more so. I've worked with 10 of them. When we opened the gym, we had a program. We did an outreach program, and it was for women. We had 10 women. We had like 30 people apply, and we had 10 people we were able to take on that were all over 100 pounds overweight. Each of them were over 100 pounds overweight. And each of them had the sleeve, all of them had the sleeve that applied. And we took 10 on, and you had to have had the success of weight loss and then had unfortunate disappointment by putting the weight back on. And all these women, they were over 400 plus pounds, and they had each taken at least 100 pounds off, and they put the 100 pounds back on. And it was crazy. And I'll tell you, it's a horror show. It's definitely a terrible, terrible thing that I don't wish on anybody. So if you're getting in that direction, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 pounds, and you're stuck and struggling, are there other ways? Yes, there is. And I know there's lots of great programs. I have colleagues that have great programs for people, nutrition-based, workout, nutrition, accountability, mindset, right? Food can be very addictive. It really can. So I don't know if anybody else have any questions. Great Ideas TRX. Yeah, forget about that one. Greg, what's going on? Hey, there's Owen. Hey, Greg. There's your buddy. Sit. Let's see if it's nice and behaved. So look at that. Nice and behaved, nice loose leash. Hey, Greg DeFranzo, who's watching there, if you guys need anybody for dog training, he is like five-star rated. Look at this dog. This dog would have probably been at the glue factory. He probably would have eaten some people. Now, don't get me wrong. He probably would still do it. But we've learned how to be good pack leaders, be a good team. And I can hear him saying, yeah, that's a good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Check him out. That's a happy dog right there. Right? Anyway, so I wish it could be as easy as dogs, right? If we could just have somebody walk us and feed us and give us love and give us discipline, right? A dog is only, honestly, in this world, dogs are good, but they make great companions, but you have to actually be a team when it comes to that. And I'll tell you what, he's challenged me for sure in the past, but I've had people, again, I've relied on other people who have done it before, like I told you about answering fitness questions and weight loss questions. Somebody like Greg, who's been there, done that, gone through the moments with lots of dogs, lots of owners, and has helped. Like, that's truly a good mentor. I'm glad he popped on here before. I know a lot of people may have gotten dogs and they really struggle and challenge. And you can't just hire somebody and then expect them to do all the work. Come on, boy. Now you got to step up. Can't do all the work for you. You have to actually do the work. it's a good thing about learning. So anyway, I'm on here. Thanks for coming on my walk with me, by the way. Owen's happy he got a little longer walk. Right, boy? See any squirrels? See any squirrels? He likes the squirrels. He did get one last week. He left it as a present on our back door every once in a while. Most of the time, the squirrels get away. Unfortunately, there was a casualty. There was a squirrel casualty. Fortunately, there's about 20 of them in my backyard, and some of them aren't so smart. Sorry, all you squirrel lovers. If you don't really like squirrels in your backyard, you can rent mine out. You can rent Owen out for a couple hours. He'll take care of a couple of them for you. Anyway, take care. I hope this helped. Again, live Q&A. We'll do more of these if you like them. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. See you soon.